What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We have a very specific video for you today, and that video is the YouTuber Ethan on Everything. Is probably one of my favorite YouTubers. Also, just downright exactly what I wish I was doing on YouTube. Like, just exploring lore, talking about it, tier listing it, hot takes, good takes, bad takes, the whole thing, tier listing it, but not just sitting there crappily talking about a tier list, blah, 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 blah. I eventually want to gravitate towards doing videos similar to his. Not just ripping off every idea, although I'm probably going to take some of his ideas, to be honest, just put my own characters, contestants, and whatever else into it. So just note that. I'm glad that this is the first video back. We took a break. Now we're breaking in. There goes Boss Man. Now you guys can see my window and see. This is where I work. And also my office is a mess. Warhammer banner. That's right. He's not heavy. He's my brother. Anyway, point being is that we're back from a break. We're breaking news with this first video, which is going to be me basically reacting to one of his more recent videos that I just couldn't pass up. Now, I have not prefaced this video at all. It's a tournament of villains. That's what it is. Come on in. This isn't all right. So I'm just at the office. It's the way it goes. Got interrupted. Not a big deal. It just means more editing for me. I'll make a video coming up about what's going on with the channel, just so we're all aware. But the point is that we're back. I don't know. I'm gonna try to get 3 videos a week out to you guys, but the content's gonna shift. So without further ado, though, let's get to Ethan on Everything and his contestants for the villains. This tournament of villains. Let's do it. And so this is who is the most evil villain in fiction tournament. I'm really curious where he's going to go with this. He knows a lot more lore than I do on certain things, so he's going to be beyond me. But there might be some people in here that I know very well, and I want to make a case for to see what he's going to do. Because I have an idea on who I think the most evil villain is in history. Just a personal, or in fiction, sorry, not in history. Wow. Political commentary coming soon, but not today. But yeah, so here we go. Hopefully the audio is fairly balanced for you guys as well. We'll find out. Yeah.
All right, let's get into actually not quite the bracket. Let's go in. Let's rattle off our contestants. Really
Yes,
quick. Who
please.
do we have entering into the tournament? We have Griffith from Berserk.
He starts off with a banger. He starts off with a banger. Potentially the most evil villain in fiction. Bar none. I don't care what anybody says. This might be my pick. Early. I haven't even seen the other contestants, but this might be my pick. This is legitimately possibly the most evil villain in fiction. What in the world?
Sauron from Lord of the Rings.
Sauron, not a bad choice. Griffith is way more
Darth
evil.
Vader from Star Wars. Dutch Vanderlyn from Red Dead Redemption. Voldemort from Harry Potter. Am from I Have No Mouth, but I Must Scream.
I don't know this one. All the other ones, I haven't watched Harry Potter, but I'm familiar with Voldemort. I'm familiar with the other ones. I am not familiar with this one at all. So when we get to that section of his video, which there will be a link to his video in the description, and I'm going to be jumping around this video for the sake of fair use, pausing it a lot, giving my own commentary. This video is going to be long form, just so you know.
Light Yagami from Death Note.
Oh!
Baratheon from Game of Thrones. Judge Holden from Blood Meridian. Joker from DC.
Okay.
Palpatine.
Okay.
Palpatine. I think his name's Smeag. What a dork. Anyways, Scar.
Smeag. It's Sheev. Isn't it Sheev or Shiv Palpatine? Scar? Actually, low-key, Scar might be a bad...
From Lion King. Homelander from The Boys.
I'm not too
Q
familiar.
From Old Tomorrows. And Litz from Adventure Time.
Okay.
Oh my.
So a decent amount of those I'm actually familiar with. The ones that I'm not, we're going to have to hear his lore explanation behind it in order to get familiar.
I am hype. And if you're new to this video, we name off all the contestants of the bracket. We do the beginning matchups and I'll like wrap.
I've actually never seen him do a tournament video. I've always seen him do tier list videos. So this is interesting. How does he?
I have to explain to you. And then after the original matchups, we kind of go rapid fire until we get our finalists. We set up timestamps right over here, so go to
yeah,
the
perfect.
you want to go to. Don't skip to the end, you filthy.
Oh my word. His first. So wait, I wonder, how did he say?
I go to, don't skip to the end, you filthy heathen. Unless you're going to like the video and share it to one of your homeboys that's named Gerald. Or Jeff. Anyways, one of them. Okay, so now that I've named off everyone, let's get into our first matchup.
How did he decide the order of this, though? He didn't say.
Griffith versus Sauron.
This section doesn't even be more than 5 seconds long. Griffith is more evil than Sauron. Hands down. Hands down. Griffith is way more evil than Sauron. I'm wondering if I should get into my reasonings versus his. Oh, we'll see. Let's just see what he does.
Let's start with Griffith. Let's go through Griffith stuff. What makes Griffith evil? This man literally traded everybody that ever loved him
Yes.
for power.
Yes.
It wasn't like, hey, yo, bro, you're just going to die. No, he literally gave their souls to the God Hand, the demon gods of this universe.
Correct.
Damning their souls to
Yes.
hell for all
And it wasn't just for power. It was for demonic, to become the head of the God Hand. And he took everyone who loved him and people that he supposedly loved and branded them for sacrifice. And then committed one of the most heinous acts ever put into anime/manga.
eternity to forever be tormented, okay? Took in his best friend Guts and his girl best friend Casca and violated Casca, which
Yes.
was not
Violated
just the,
Casca.
girlfriend or girlfriend of Guts, but was also the mother of his child, causing the what's the best way? The spawn camp kill of Guts' child. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So what he's describing, spoiler alert for Berserk, if you watch the anime, Casca was obsessed with Griffith. Griffith wasn't entirely obsessed with her in that way, but they were all friends, and he led a band of mercenaries. Guts was his best friend, and Guts loved and honored Griffith so much that he saw it as, if I serve under Griffith, I am never going to be his equal, and I would want nothing more than to be his equal. It's like a very honorable. The modern day mindset TikTok generation won't understand something this abstract, and it's all about honor. And he just saw, he's like, Griffith will never see me as more than an underling unless I go out and prove myself to him, so then we could be friends, actual friends. So Guts goes out of his way. Well, it just sends Griffith off this thing. But what ends up happening is Guts coming back. Him and Casca procreate. Casca has a living life form within her from Guts. What ends up happening after the brand of sacrifice and basically everybody dies at the demonic God Hand, Guts is still alive. Casca is still alive. Guts' eye is getting ripped out, and he's forced to watch as Griffith violates Casca, basically killing the baby that they made together, that Casca and Guts made together. So he just took his best friend, forced him to watch him violate his woman, who was also one of his best friends, and he was just sacrificing them just so he could have more power in the demonic God Hand. That's
YouTube is so funny, dude.
so. Let's get to Sauron, since I basically explained Griffith.
Of the Lord of the Rings verse. Okay, so Morgoth doesn't count. Sauron's the next best thing.
Yeah.
And Sauron is evil. Like, he is
Yeah,
evil.
he's
And
evil.
there is-
He's like, in the universe of Lord of the Rings, he's the epitome of evil. But when you look at the acts of evil, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. It's like, is water wet? Kind of a discussion. Obviously, it's wet, but like being evil, man. This is like a
Actually,
weird
some
abstract
comparisons
concept.
you make with Sauron and Griffith, even Griffith after the eclipse, but at least with
That's fair.
Sauron at least appealed to some level of order, even if it was like an evil order.
Yeah. Yeah.
Griffith, people that he knew that loved him,
Yeah.
actively through.
So we're seeing where this is going.
Sauron,
Let's skip ahead.
uses people as a tool.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, that's actually very similar. Now that to be honest, man, they're actually very similar. Now.
No, they're not. They're not. It's not even close. Because here's the thing, like, if you think about it in this sense, it depends on your judgment. It depends on your judgment of evil. It depends on your judgment of evil. Like, Sauron is the evil being of the universe. I mean, other than, like he said, Morgoth, which would actually be even more evil within Lord of the Rings. Griffith became the most evil thing in the Berserk universe to my understanding. I don't know everything about it. But like he traded his friends, branded them for sacrifice, did all of that to sacrifice them all so he could become the demonic leader of the God Hand. So like including the most heinous, vile acts. Now, Sauron has done that. He's used people and so on. But like it's almost like is it more evil to just be born evil and be evil the whole time, or to once be good and then turn evil? Like the fact that Sauron, I feel like, never had a choice, whereas Griffith had a choice and chose to be the most evil, heinous person on planet Earth. I feel like that makes you more evil than if you were just born evil in this context. Does that make sense?
Familiar with Griffith. So I'm going to take the one-time Ethan mega bias, and I'm going to put Griffith.
Well, I don't think that's bias. I legitimately speaking, Griffith is more evil than Sauron. Sauron, once again, we need to understand our culture. Our culture, when you say somebody else is evil, they think you're saying the other person is a good guy. No, they're both evil. It's just who's more evil. It's Griffith all day long.
Next matchup, Darth Vader.
Vader.
Dutch van der Linde.
I don't know Dutch's storyline that well. Obviously, we know Vader's. So let's just skip Vader's really quick. I mean, Vader. What's interesting about Vader is that he was. Do you consider somebody evil who becomes possessed? Because in a way, he did give himself over to the dark side, but he was manipulated, forsaken, deceived, and so on to become Vader. And then when he was Vader, he was essentially being possessed by his own anger and like the dark side of the Force to an extent. I know that's not Star Wars lore accurate per se, but like, does that make him that evil, or is it like that's the whole thing, though, is like if you look at the Star Wars storyline, is that Vader's supposed to be sympathetic. Otherwise, they wouldn't have wrote the ending that they did. The emotional ending of him killing Sidious and saving his son is because he's sympathetic. So Vader, whatever Dutch has done, I'm guessing Dutch wins this one. But let's hear what who Dutch is. I want to hear this.
Like it is insane. Like Dutch van der Linde has a crew that he calls his family. That I'm gonna take care of you. You got to take care of us.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't no leaving the gang, Arthur. Ain't no living the gang, John. Man, I tried to do a Dutch van der Linde accent, and that just sounded like the stereotypical cowboy.
Yo,
Dutch accent. Arthur. Nah.
Yo, Ethan, I'm telling you right now, if you have not subscribed and watched Ethan on everything, you need to immediately.
Right. So when we're looking at Dutch, the thing with Dutch,
I think I watch his videos every day.
What's his most evil deed? Siding with Micah Bell up until Arthur Morgan was going to die. Up until then, allowing John to be taken. Like, understand this. Dutch van der Linde raised John and Arthur as surrogate sons. And he was this quick to throw them away. This quick to get rid of them. Because he didn't view them, like he maybe viewed them as sons, and maybe that makes it more evil. The fact that he did view them as surrogate sons.
This is actually tough because now I'm thinking of Vader. When Anakin officially became Vader, he did slay a bunch of younglings. But again, in a way, he's being possessed by the dark side of the Force and manipulated. So I'm not saying he didn't do it. He did do it, but there's like a supernatural, in a way, like intervention. Whereas this guy just sounds like a downright piece of garbage. This is difficult. Who would I pick? I mean, Vader has done some ridiculous stuff, dude. But it's just whether or not he, I guess, even if you're possessed, kind of, you're basically evil.
This is baggage to me. I serve no.
He goes on a long time talking
about
Dutch.
There is nobody that I serve, no government, and it's like the ultimate hypocrisy of Dutch van der Linde, which makes me love Red Dead Redemption. Is Dutch van der Linde is one of the better examples of a character that would rather reign in heaven and reign in hell than serve in heaven. This man will take the souls of the forgotten and damned.
Sorry if I check my phone at work again. I got to check a couple things here and there sometimes.
And enlist them in this army against against some level of government. Like, he uses the hatred that the outlaws and the people of the West, the Native Americans have of the U.S. government and the U.S. military, and turns it into, like, when he's over here working with, like, the Native Americans, it's such...
I'm going to go with Dutch, man. I don't know. Oh, well, spoiler. I just slid. Yeah, he's picking Dutch,
and the
too.
reason why I'm saying that is at least Darth Vader, when he's with the Empire, at least it's for some type of greater good. In his mind, that's what
I guess, yeah. Oh, I
Vader,
see.
when it's
That
so
was his
cold,
argument. So he must have talked about that during the Vader portion. Is Vader thinks he's doing good. He doesn't know he's doing evil, whereas Dutch knows he's doing evil and just continues to do it. That's a fair argument.
Inferno,
That's fair. Voldemort versus
Am from I Have No
Am.
Mouth, But I Must Scream.
Interesting.
Now, this is a very, very interesting matchup. Let me zoom out.
I don't know much about either one of these, so we might actually watch this.
This is a very interesting matchup because Voldemort literally cannot feel the emotion of love. Quite literally cannot feel the emotion of love because he was conceived with a love potion. And listen, I roast Harry Potter a lot.
Weird.
I actually do
I
like
don't
the
get
idea
it.
that if you were conceived with a love potion, you can't feel love. I think that's pretty dope. Okay.
That's
Also,
okay.
Love potions would be used like a motherfucker in real life. That's just the truth, okay? And when we're looking at Voldemort in terms of how evil he is, it really just comes down to that he has no love and he just hates muggles. I'm sorry, bro. Like, this is gonna sound bad, dude, but like, if you're somebody that's wondering that what it feels like to get hit with a slur as like a white person, imagine what it feels like to be a normal person and a wizard calls you a muggle. Listen here, muggle. Come over here. Like, damn, bro. Man, I'm throwing hands. I am throwing hands if you call me a muggle. Not even a question, dude. 100% I'm throwing hands. That sounds disrespectful. Listen here, mudblood. I'm about to kill this guy. Oh, my God, dude.
Ethan's ridiculous. What does this have to do with Voldemort?
It ultimately runs down to his inability to feel love. Oh, yeah, he tortured some people.
Okay. Who's Am? Whoops. No.
Mouth, but I must scream. Where an AI comes in, takes out the entirety of humanity except for 5 people, where he subjects them to living hell for about 5,000 years, and he artificially keeps them alive. And
Oh,
conducts his own forms of
easy.
torture on
Then
them
Am.
sad all the time.
Am
And
is
then-
terrible.
Yeah, Am's more evil.
Yeah,
Am is
that's an easy
literally
pick.
Undeniably
Easy
more
pick.
evil.
What's the
Not
next
even
one? Light. Light versus Joffrey. I'm familiar with both of these individuals through. I did watch.
Heaven amongst earth, his new
I watched Death Note, and then I'm through videos and context and everything. I'm fairly familiar with Joffrey.
Him
Fairly.
being Kira, the bringer of peace in his new age, okay? The morals don't mean anything to him because he is the one that decides what these morals is. So like a pretty normal narcissist messiah complex, 100%. That's what we're looking at with Light Yagami. And the fact is he doesn't view human life as equals anymore because again, like a Griffith situation, he views himself as above mortals because he has a little fucking notebook. Joffrey Baratheon. When we're looking at Joffrey Baratheon, I'll be real here, dog. Light
He's more
Yagami
in
terms of
So like Light Yagami, I feel like is evil. Is like evil. I don't know how evil, but he's evil. Whereas like Joffrey does evil things and is annoying. But there's a aspect of like, ooh, dude, this is tough. I don't know who I would pick here. Like Light has dude. He's got a notebook that he could just kill anybody with. But I feel like that started out by killing people that deserved it, so he thought he was acting out in good. And then it was self-preservation. And then, like you said, end up seeing yourself above other people because you have this ability. Whereas Joffrey was just a tyrant king. Oh my word, Nero looked like
levels of
type
evil
deal.
is not the most evil. Like he's not gonna make it far. I'm just gonna be honest with you. He's not gonna make it far.
Yeah.
Joffrey Baratheon, I don't even think gets it out of here because the truth is like Joffrey is like a real mean kid that
Yeah.
had infinite resources in the Dark Ages.
Yeah.
And I know somebody's gonna say, "Oh well, he did that to that one girl," and it's like, yeah, that's evil. I'm with you, bro. It is evil. But it's like, dog, it's in the Dark Ages and he's king. Like, dude, Emperor Nero did way worse. Dude, look at what Emperor Nero did after his...
That's funny. He brings up Nero when I did. I will say I don't like his argument there is that he's in the Dark Ages. Like, as if that makes it not as evil just because it might have been more commonplace for kings to do those things. We look back and still call that evil. So I don't like his argument there. I feel like Joffrey and Light actually could be comparable
Brother,
evil
he
wise.
literally took a femboy and had him cut off his cucumber, and then he like was with him and reportedly slept with him so many times that there was like an actual procedure for how they would. Controversial at all. For anyone who's wondering what happened after the whole Emperor Nero thing, when Emperor Nero died, his femboy wife immediately, like it was quick too. Oh, he's dead. Like no, he like that's bad.
Okay, so
like Joffrey Baratheon didn't do all the things that Emperor Nero did, and this is tough.
This is
because
tough.
At least Kira is doing it for a motive that I can at least understand.
Light.
But the problem is, oh my gosh, it's even.
It is. It's super even.
And here's the problem. I know they don't make it much farther than this.
Yeah. So it doesn't really matter who wins because I don't think they match up well against the next round at all. Again, kind of going back to the original point I made is like when you have the opportunity to do something good, but then you choose to continually do evil, does that make you more evil? Like, Light was given not an opportunity to do good, tried to make good out of it by killing people who he thought deserved it, whereas Joffrey, being king, had a chance to do good, but then just evil. Like there's no way you can twist the Death Note notebook. You can't make the Death Note notebook something good. It's literally you write their name down and you kill people. So he took it and tried to make it something good at first, right? So then Joffrey had this kingship passed to him where being a king doesn't outright make you evil and it doesn't give you things to be evil. Like it gives you things and resources to become evil, but it doesn't mean you have to be evil versus a notebook given to you that kills people. You know what I mean? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I almost feel like Joffrey is more evil than Light, which is crazy.
Oh my gosh, like you're really arguing
but by the end of it, though, Light might be more evil than what Joffrey was. But Joffrey just did Joffrey. I'm saying Joffrey all day.
Fuck it, I'm doing Joffrey. Joffrey's just so.
Dude, this is crazy. We're on the same wavelength. Different arguments, but same wavelength.
I had to do it. Judge Holden versus the Joker.
Okay, this right here. I don't know anything about Judge. I know the Joker. The Joker, it's interesting. I don't think he's the embodiment of evil. He's the embodiment of chaos and lack of rules, which does not always breed evil. Yes, evil eventually comes through that with no moral ground, no law, no rules. But ultimately, is he evil or does he just stand for chaos and let people just do what they want? It depends on what version of the Joker you go with as well. But the whole point is to uproot the structure and order and create chaos, right? So I don't know what the Judge has done, but I'm guessing Judge wins this.
Dude,
I don't know.
So many people are going to be mad about this one because more people know who the Joker is than who Judge Holden is. And
That's
I tell
true.
You, brother, I'm going to list off Judge Holden's crimes. I'm not kidding.
Hold on. Let's
crimes.
look at this. Whoa. Yeah. Okay. So Judge wins this.
Our villains.
Yeah. Judge wins this.
Crucify me in these guys.
Oh, whoa. How did we end up with Sheev?
Sense of humor, and I'm gonna be real. Even your jokes are kind of mid. I think Joker's an amazing character.
He's great. But he's
not.
He's not evil. He's supposed to be the embodiment of chaos. Like Batman is somebody with a moral standard and rules and structure and abides by the law. It's why he won't kill people, do this stuff, blah, 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 blah. And the whole point of like Batman, the Killing Joke, was the Joker was trying to get Batman to break his rules, which is what he tries to do. That doesn't inherently mean evil things because depending on what your moral ground is and the laws that are set up, not every law is just and right? That's why we go back and forth in changing laws. So it would make sense that the Joker isn't necessarily the epitome of evil. But if that guy did all the things that he listed, 100%. Easy. He could win this whole thing.
I'm just going to give you the brief rundown on Emperor
Palpatine.
I did not have a villain for this one, so he gets a bye.
Oh.
And when we're looking at Emperor Palpatine,
he's kind of the epitome of evil, but again, it's just power hungry and obsession with that, and over the actions that he's done and manipulation and things like that. He is fairly evil. I could see him getting through the first round, but I don't see him getting further than that.
His name is literally What
It's
the
not
F-
Smeag. It's Sheev. It's Sheev. It's Sheev. Sheev Palpatine. Hold on. Let's look this up. Palpatine's first name. Sheev. Yeah, it's Sheev. What is Ethan? Whoops. Give that a like. Which you should too. Go to his channel, like the video.
like, brother, his name's Smeag. His name is literally Smeag.
No, it's
What
not.
the
It's
hell,
Sheev.
dude?
All right,
Okay,
come on,
so
Ethan, on
he
everything.
was born on
No, I'm just kidding.
Naboo, he was
Sometimes
kind
we're
of like
always
a-
wrong.
Okay, Lord Sidious, Darth Plagueis, Plagueis the Wise.
You know what? He should have put Palpatine against Joker because you could have made a better argument there, and it could have been a closer fight, and the judge should have gotten a bye.
Trained him to be a Jedi. Not
Yeah,
in reality,
I don't like this. I don't like this
Highlander.
matchup or like putting up here. Now, from I've not watched the show, but from what I've heard, Homelander is like false humility, traumatized, using superpowers to be evil kind of a person.
What type of videos am I making, dog? I love this, dude. I love my job so much, dude.
Scar versus Homelander. I don't know enough about Homelander, but Scar, like you kill your own brother so you can draw. That's pretty darn evil, dude.
So let's do Scar from The Lion King. Okay, Scar from The Lion King. I'm gonna be real here. Mufasa was a dick. Like,
I want to hear the argument here because
actual
I'm.
asshole, dude. I'm sorry if I get injured on a hunting party and I am the eldest son and my little brother calls me Scar my entire life and literally refuses to call me by my name and then just keeps me around and then gets with the woman that I was gonna get with. That's little brother, by the way. Little brother. Gets with the woman that I was trying to get with, and then has a kid with her, and then gets mad at me when I don't want to go to the fucking coronations. And then when he's going out,
All right, I got to be honest. I did not know that much about the lore of Scar, so I'm guessing Homelander wins this.
because he came out of it, doesn't get enough credit for it. He's the best part about the show. Who's gonna win? Homelander. Homelander's winning, dude. Homelander's more evil than Scar. Like, yeah, he just is.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Verse the Litz from Adventure Time.
The Lich, I'm guessing, is like the Lich King in like D&D or whatever.
Okay, the Q from Ultramar.
I don't know
They are an
the
alien
Q.
species that has mastered genetic editing. They encountered humanity, and when they went to war with humanity, they absolutely decimated them. And as punishment, turned them into literal genetic abominations, and sending them back to not just the Stone Age, but literally the Paleolithic era, making them into like dinosaur monstrosities.
Call me crazy, but is that evil? Like, I guess in a way that actually is kind of messed up. But that's literally what superior beings do to lesser beings. Like, we're doing that with animals. Like, we have them in labs doing hybrid pig chimera things, like messing with genetic stuff. Like, I guess that's not a fair argument. Just because we do it makes it less evil. I'm just saying, like, in the grand scheme of things, is that like the most evil thing that one can do?
A human planet, and they put up such a good fight that after they beat them, they coated the entire planet into them as cubes with their mouths forever open and their eyes open and conscious enough to understand what's going on. And then they would literally, all of the fecal matter that they ever generated,
Where are we
they
going?
literally would dump on this planet so they would eat it for the next, I think it was like 10 million years.
What?
The Q are actually insanely brutal, dude. Like that is like what? That's crazy. Like that's a level of brutality that's gonna be tough to beat if I'm being honest, dude. The Litz. You have any idea how evil you gotta be to make the Litz look reasonable? The Litz wants to end all life because he views it as a way of interfering with his god Gold.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, the Q, I guess you could say.
All right, now that we got past the initial bracketing, now we can do all the matchups a little bit faster. And our
Oh, this is easy. Griffith.
Griffith versus Dutch Vanderlip.
Griffith.
Okay, listen.
Griffith wins this whole thing. I don't care what anybody says.
Am wins. Not allow that and made that as brutal as possible. So I got to give it to him.
Yeah.
Versus Joffrey.
Am.
Literal hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby. Oh my.
Wait, what? What? Is he saying Am is a hydrogen bomb and Joffrey's a coughing baby? Like what?
Yeah, Am wins.
Yeah, Am wins that.
Am wins.
Based on what I've heard from him,
Bruce
Am
is in
wins.
there, bro. Judge Holden versus Palpatine.
Judge.
Dude, you have any
Judge.
idea you have to be to make Palpatine look reasonable? Brother,
But here's the thing, like when you think about it, ultimately, I'm going to do a video on this in the future. So just pay attention for this. It's going to be kind of like my first time doing a video similar to like what Ethan on Everything does, is like the good guys that are actually crazy and bad. Like in history, there's so many people in fiction that we give credit to as being the good guys, i.e. the Jedi, that are actually evil. And it's not my typical take. There's some like heinous acts that the Jedi do. But the point being is that there's things that the Jedi did that were downright morally corrupted that Palpatine didn't do. Like Palpatine didn't do. Let's be honest. So, yeah, he's not even, I don't even think that Palpatine is necessarily the most evil person in his universe. I might be kind of cooked for saying that now that I think about it. He's supposed to be the main villain, but I'm just saying he's not the only person that does the most evil things in the universe. That makes sense.
Judge Holden's over here.
Yeah. The judge wins this. That list of things that the judge has done, 100%.
Generally, it's one of the most brutal authors of American literature ever. He wrote The Road and No Country for Old Men. When he was asked, what was your inspiration for Judge Holden? He said, the devil from Paradise Lost. Yeah, brother, that's different. That's insane, okay? And, fun fact, Blood Meridian is the only major novel that was never adapted into a film because it was, quote, too brutal to be adapted. Judge Holden.
Interesting.
Win. Homelander versus the Q. We know who's winning. When was the last time Homelander made a whole planet out of that? Like Homelander at least will he might brutalize you a little bit and then he'll ice you because he's impatient. The Q have all the time in the world and they get off on the idea that you are suffering. So come on, bro. You know we have to do it. All right, we have our quarterfinal.
Yo, this is tough. This is actually tough. Personal opinion, I think Judge and Griffith in the final. Griffith actually might have met his match with Am. Am killed everybody and then made people suffer for however many long, but what Griffith did was pretty brutal, dude. This might be my bias, but I think it's Judge versus Griffith, and I think Griffith wins. Personal opinion. See what he does.
Griffith versus Am and Judge Holden versus the Q. Okay, this right here, those four, literally the most evil people in fiction. Those are your four people.
Yeah.
Those are your four.
I can understand that. I got to be honest, the Q, he listed off what they do, and I do think it's wrong, but also whenever you're talking about alien species, I feel like it's hard to hold them to the same moral standard as you in fiction because you don't know, what if what they're doing is, not even the most evil thing they could do? So for them, because of their capabilities, there could be a higher potential of evil that they could do. Do you know what I'm saying? Is that a fair argument? So I feel like it's when you're a human being doing to other human beings these things that these two have done, it's more evil, in my opinion, than an AI doing something and a superior alien being.
Those are your four. You just have to do it. And this is where I'm going to be conflicted when we're doing Am versus Griffith. Brother, Am never had a friend. Am didn't have any friends, dude. He didn't have friends to betray.
And Am is AI. AI, yes, can be evil, but there's not a choice there as AI. There is, but there isn't. I think a human being voluntarily choosing to do something versus a computer who does something. Yeah, it's not even close to me.
Not only had people that he cared about, okay?
I'm really curious what he does here.
And
yeah, he loved them.
He put them through the most amount of suffering.
Yeah.
Everybody else was iced during the eclipse because he didn't care about them.
Yes.
Guts and Costco were the people he cared about the most, and he put them through the most amount of suffering purely because
Yeah.
it benefited him.
Yeah.
Am's angry, and Am was created by humans, so he holds this grudge against humanity. Okay?
Yeah.
The brutality of Am are a little
I just don't see that. I don't see that as more evil, though.
Griffith actually cares for people, and that makes him want to hurt you more. Dude, I'm sorry. Griffith is moving up, dude. We have to do
Okay. I was about to say, like, the incapability to feel love, which he kind of talked about with Voldemort, but the incapability to love somebody doesn't make you more evil. I think evil is when you can love somebody and still choose to do something bad. You know what I'm saying? Personal opinion.
The Q versus Judge Holden.
Personal opinion, I would pick Judge again because an alien superior species doing evil things versus a human being doing the most vile, awful, atrocious acts. Like, do you think the list of things that the judge did is more evil than the eating poop on a planet for years?
Bro, this is the toughest part about my
To me, I think it's worse.
Like, who actually
I think Judge. I definitely think Judge.
Like, Judge Holden is committing atrocities because he wants to know what it would look like.
That's
Okay,
crazy.
Judge
That's
Holden
crazy.
Is the King Von of literature. That's how evil he is. Okay?
That's wild.
The Q, at least the Q, when they look at humanity, they view them as like lesser than ants.
Yeah.
Like, at least
That's
they
what I
can
mean.
argue that.
Yeah.
Like, Judge Holden, his limiting factor.
It's like saying, like, us as superior beings look at animals as a lesser being, and so we harvest them to sustain us. And there's even entertainment value, there's research value, scientific value, as well as practical value in doing that to lesser beings, meaning animals, right? We hunt for sport, but we also hunt for practicality. We also study animals, research them for scientific studies, and so on and so forth. And then we take dogs, domesticate them, put them in kennels, take fish, put them in tiny little bowls, do all this stuff. And we're okay with a lot of that, unless you're a PETA and you have a mental illness. But, like, we're okay with that, and we subjugate them to our will. How do we know that they're not treating us like they would fish in a bowl, ants, things like that? Hunting for sport, so to speak. Like, does that make them the most atrocious evil? It's an evil act if a human was doing that to another human, but a superior being doing that to a lesser being. I'm not advocating for it. I'm just saying on the scale of evality, whatever.
He can't live forever.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think he would do it, dude. You know what? This is debatable. Either one of these could win, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, Judge.
I'd be gassing him up.
I still think Griffith is more evil.
For our final matchup.
Yeah, hold on.
Okay,
Griffith is more evil because based on what he said, the judge is doing these things out of curiosity. Like, he wants to know what it looks like, what it feels like, whatever it is. Griffith, trigger warning for you. He looked Guts in the eyes after he failed to kill him in the sacrifice during the eclipse with the demonic god hand, trading him for power, looked him in the eyes as he killed his spawn inside of the woman Guts loves by violating her. Looking Guts in the eyes the whole time, forcing Guts to look him in the eyes.
Scroll down so we can get the full view. And
Just saying.
This is so tough, dude.
It's Griffith.
This
It's
is
Griffith. It's
actually
not that
tough,
tough. It's
because
not that
Griffith
difficult.
feels-
And maybe it's because I don't know enough about the judge, but the judge does evil things for evil things, whatever. Skip forward a little bit.
Okay, like, we can't do the devil. Judge Holden is inspired by the devil.
Yeah, well, so is
Griffith.
all evil characters
Like-
to an extent.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's super close. Those four, it's literally splitting hairs. Between Am, Griffith, the Q, and Judge Holden. Oh my god, you know what I have to do? I have to commit to the bit.
No.
Commit.
No, Ethan on everything got it wrong.
Judge Holden is the most evil character in fiction.
No.
He is. I'm keeping it. Judge Holden is the most evil.
Maybe because I don't know. Maybe because I don't know him that well. But based on the list of things he did and then the motives why he did those things, not comparable to what Griffith did.
Post me in the comment section. I don't care.
I'll roast you. No, just kidding. I won't. I love this guy. I love this guy. Make sure you check out the video. I'll link it in the description below. Obviously, my channel is tiny compared to this 209,000. But yeah, I think me and him had the same opinions every single round until the final. That's crazy. I think I actually picked every single one of these going forward. Once I learned about certain characters, we had different reasons. And so on. I did not know that about Scar, by the way. I don't know if you guys knew that, but that's crazy. All right, so that's going to do it for the videos. Like I said, I'm going to be doing more content like this. There's going to be other content too. It's not just going to be me reacting to or commentating over somebody's video, but I want to do this more. I just enjoy it so much. I really do. It's what content I enjoy doing. And feel like it's just fun to do. So they're going to be long form videos. I'll do a video coming up on more directly about the content that I want to do and what you'll see on the channel moving forward as we kind of make this little bit of a comeback. All right. So we'll catch y'all later. God bless you. Peace out.